Imagine it's a random Tuesday afternoon. You check the mail and there's an envelope from the IRS. Your heart jumps for a second. You open it and a check falls out. It's for $3,000. Instantly, it feels like a win. You didn't expect it today, so it feels like bonus money. You start thinking about celebrating. Maybe you text your friends. Maybe you browse flights for a quick trip. Maybe you finally justify buying something you've been eyeing for months. Now, rewind 6 months. Another Tuesday. You receive your regular paycheck. It's also $3,000. But this time you don't celebrate. You don't book a trip. You don't splurge. You pay rent, utilities, groceries. You act responsibly. The reality is, both payments are identical. They have the same purchasing power and the same value, yet your brain treated them differently. That difference in treatment is a trap. Mental accounting is your brain's habit of categorizing money based on where it came from. You create emotional labels. Salary money feels serious. Bonus money feels flexible. Refund money feels like a gift. The problem is, money doesn't actually carry labels. It doesn't remember how it was earned. $1 from your paycheck and $1 from a refund are completely interchangeable, but your brain assigns emotion to the source. Money earned through effort feels heavy. You remember the hours you worked and the stress you endured. That memory makes you cautious. But money that arrives unexpectedly feels light. It feels detached from effort, and that makes it easier to spend. You tell yourself you didn't have it yesterday, so spending it today doesn't hurt. But that logic ignores opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend casually is a dollar that could have grown for your future. Why tax refunds feel like wins? A tax refund is not free money. It's not a reward from the government. It's simply money you overpaid throughout the year being returned to you. In practical terms, you gave the government an interest-free loan for 12 months. If you loaned a friend $3,000 and they returned it a year later with zero interest, you wouldn't celebrate. You'd probably wish you had invested it instead. Yet when the IRS sends that money back, people treat it like a bonus. The reason is psychological. People frame refunds as forced savings. They assume if that extra amount had been included in their paycheck, they would have spent it anyway. That mindset outsources discipline. It assumes you cannot manage your own cash flow, and that assumption keeps people stuck. The house money effect. This behavior mirrors what happens in casinos. A gambler who wins early often separates their original money from their winnings. They say they're playing with house money. Because it feels less painful to lose those winnings, they take bigger risks. But once the money is in your possession, it's yours. Losing it is still a loss. The same logic applies to windfalls in real life. A tax refund, a work bonus, or a stimulus check gets mentally categorized as play money. Instead of using that money to eliminate debt or invest for growth, it gets spent on things that depreciate. The tragedy isn't the purchase itself, it's the lost compounding. A few $1,000s invested over decades can turn into something substantial. Spending it impulsively sacrifices that future. The credit card points illusion. Banks understand mental accounting better than most consumers do. Reward programs are built on it. You earn points for spending, and those points feel like free benefits. But the spending and the rewards sit in different mental buckets. People justify higher spending because they focus on the reward side. Studies consistently show that individuals chasing credit card rewards tend to spend more overall. The small rebate doesn't offset the increased consumption. You're effectively spending extra dollars to earn pennies back, but because those pennies feel like a bonus, the behavior continues. It's another example of separating costs from consequences. The debt and savings paradox. One of the most damaging forms of mental accounting appears in how people handle debt and savings simultaneously. Someone might have a savings account earning less than 1% interest while carrying high-interest credit card debt above 20%. Emotionally, the savings account feels like security. It's labeled safety. But mathematically, that arrangement guarantees loss. The interest on the debt grows far faster than the savings account. By refusing to merge those buckets and view the overall picture, people maintain a comforting illusion while their net worth declines. Financial reality doesn't care about emotional labels. It only responds to arithmetic. Windfalls and lifestyle inflation. Smart people often fall into this trap because they don't think they're making irrational choices. They assume occasional splurges are harmless. The pattern becomes predictable. Refunds upgrade vacations, bonuses upgrade wardrobes, commissions upgrade cars. But wealth isn't built on reacting to windfalls. It's built on planning them. When spending is intentional and budgeted, it aligns with long-term goals. When it's reactive, it erodes momentum. The difference isn't intelligence, it's discipline and structure. How to break the trap? The first step is relabeling windfalls. When unexpected money arrives, treat it as earned income, mentally connected to hours of labor. That shift changes your emotional response. You become protective rather than impulsive. The second strategy is implementing a delay. Give yourself 72 hours before making any decisions with unexpected money. Emotional excitement fades quickly. Once the dopamine spike passes, rational thinking returns. After the delay, direct the money according to a predetermined hierarchy. Eliminate high-interest debt, strengthen your emergency funds, or invest. The third strategy is adjusting withholding if you consistently receive large refunds. Instead of overpaying taxes throughout the year, increase your take-home pay and automate investments monthly. Removing the large annual windfall removes the temptation entirely. One financial story. Your financial life is not a collection of isolated events. It's one continuous system. When you treat different dollars differently, the system fragments. But when you treat every dollar as capital with the same purpose, clarity emerges. A dollar found on the street can build the same future as a dollar earned through overtime. Money doesn't change identity based on its source. Only your perception changes. The hard truth. Mental accounting feels harmless, but it protects short-term emotion at the expense of long-term growth. It allows you to feel richer than you are. It gives you permission to justify impulsive decisions. Wealth requires consistency. It requires viewing all income through the same lens. A dollar is simply a dollar. It can either compound or disappear. The choice is determined not by intelligence, but by discipline. If you unify your money and remove emotional labels, your decisions become simpler and more powerful. Because in the end, your future doesn't care where the money came from. It only cares what you did with it. If this made you rethink how you treat tax refunds, bonuses, or extra money, then that's the point. Smart people don't struggle because they lack intelligence. They struggle because they let psychology quietly override math. The next time unexpected money hits your account, pause. Don't celebrate it, don't label it, decide where it serves your future best. If this breakdown helped you see money differently, like the video and subscribe. I'll keep breaking down the hidden behavioral traps that keep capable people stuck. I'll see you in the next one.